I'd like to think that the championship battle will go down to the final race. In fact, I would probably say they are the best driver pairing on the grid at the moment. I think those two battles are probably the main two to watch out for.
Formula One 2021 is already underway, and what a season it promises to be. Karun Chandhok, welcome back to Man's Life. Great to have you here for your too early to call early predictions. But I guess the first question we've got to ask you is, how many races in do you think Lewis Hamilton will clinch his 8th title in Formula One, or could we have another contender?
I think it's going to be much closer than we've had in recent years. I do think that Max Verstappen and Red Bull are going to push Lewis and Mercedes much harder than we've seen in recent seasons. So I'd like to think that the championship battle will go down to the final race.
Now, we've seen that straight fight already so far between Mercedes and Red Bull. But who do you think could finish third this year, Karun? You've got that incredible fight between Renault, McLaren, Aston Martin now, and Ferrari as well.
I think McLaren look like they have a very good package. They got the Mercedes engine. They got two very good drivers now. Yeah. I think they got some real quality talent behind the wheel. But we can't underestimate Ferrari. They started the season strongly. Yeah. Both Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc are also, in fact, I would probably say they are the best driver pairing on the grid at the moment. And now we'll see as the year develops just how much they can progress and take that fight to McLaren.
Yeah, it's been great to see the battle in midfield as well. Who do you think could be the surprise team of the season, Karun?
Probably AlphaTauri. I think they have a very good car so far. You know, both Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly seem to be comfortable with the car. Yeah, so on the whole, I would say they are the surprise package potentially.
So AlphaTauri for the surprise package as a team, but who do you think could be the rookie of the season? You've got the likes of Nikita Mazepin, Mick Schumacher, Yuki Tsunoda you mentioned already as well.
I'd probably say Tsunoda. The problem with Schumacher and Mazepin is they are two rookies in the same team. Yeah. So you're only judging one against the other. You don't actually know where they stack up against an established driver. Whereas in Tsunoda's case, you know, Gasly is a race winner now. He's driving very well. He had a superb season in 2020. So, you know, the fact that Tsunoda has already come in and has been competitive against Gasly, you know, it shows that he's got some tremendous talent.
You know, we always talk about in motorsport, your biggest competition is your teammate, the guy on the other side of the pit box. Which do you think is going to be the best intra-team rivalry of 2021, Karun, and why?
I think there's some great battles shaping up. Leclerc versus Sainz is going to be interesting. Ricciardo and Norris. You know, Norris is no longer a young rookie anymore. He's coming into his third season now, and he's an exceedingly good qualifier. But so is Ricciardo, and I think those two battles are probably the main two to watch out for.
And you've also got two champions with new squads, Sebastian Vettel at Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso returning to Alpine. What can we expect from them? Who do you think will have the better year out of those two, Karun?
It's a hard one to tell. You know, on paper, I would have imagined that Aston Martin would have been the stronger team. They were very strong last year, but it's not started off too well for them. And I think, but equally, Alpine seem to have taken a little bit of a step backwards compared to the likes of McLaren and AlphaTauri. But Alonso's quality when it comes to racing on a Sunday, you know, he's got this ability to pick his way through the field and get himself into a competitive position. And, you know, that I think will be a real asset for the Alpine team.
And Karun, before we close up on our too early to predict F1 predictions, we're going to have to ask you the $1 million question. Lewis Hamilton chasing his 8th title. Do you think he's going to hang up those boots after this season?
I don't know. And I don't think he knows. That's the reality. Yeah. Lewis will go through the first half of the year and see where his motivation is, see where his mind is. He is unquestionably the biggest star of the sport. That draws a lot of attention, that draws a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations. And he has now lived that life for 20 years. And only he can mentally one day decide he's had enough of that life and he wants to do something else. So it's impossible for us to predict what he's going to think. And I think to be honest, even he doesn't know yet.
Karun, thanks so much for your predictions so far. But before we shut shop, 3 reasons why F1 2021 is going to be an entertaining one.
Well, Red Bull are finally ready to take the fight to Mercedes all the way through the season. I think the midfield battle, you've got 5 teams there who are all battling to be third best team. And I would also say the return of Fernando Alonso, I think, is going to be, as the team improves, which hopefully they will in the second half of the year, I think Fernando will be in for some fun.
Karun, thanks so much for joining us. We're looking forward to watching you and listening to you. Thanks so much for joining us on Man's Life with your predictions. For more great content, head across to manslife.in for everything from the world of sport, auto, lifestyle, and entertainment.